Stick around to watch me turn this log into a powerful longbow. A little bit about our piece of wood here. This is an Osage orange stave that's probably close to 10 years old. It's got pretty bad checking in it. This is the sapwood, so I'm hoping this doesn't go below the sapwood. We're about to find out. But the first thing we got to do is we have to chase a ring. Look at that check. Oh, that's going to be a problem, but we'll figure it out. We have to get one singular growth ring across the entire back of this. This sapwood's starting to turn yellow, which means we must be getting close to that good heartwood. So now I have a growth ring all the way across the back. And I'm going to take a sander and get all this summerwood off, like these islands of summerwood right here. And then this back will be pristine. All right, so now that I have a pristine back on this thing, it's time to do some measuring and draw this thing out. I only need a 68-inch long stave, so we're gonna cut it off about right there. Now we're gonna mark the middle of the stave, which is 34 inches, and we're gonna do 2 inches on each side of that. And then we're gonna do 2 inches outside of that. All right, so now I'm gonna draw the handle. I'm just gonna freehand it, so it's not gonna be super accurate, but just to get something going, you know. I'm gonna go on this side of this knot right here to about right here. This right here. And there's our handle laid out. Come down to the end of the stave, find the center, and then use my finger as a temporary thickness for the tip. It'll probably be thinner than that though. And then I'm gonna make these meet each other for like a pyramid style bow. And that's a pretty rough estimate of what the limb width is going to be. We'll be able to tell more what it's going to really look like when we start cutting into it. This other limb, we do the same. You see they had this knot towards the end of the limb that had to go around it. You don't want to cut through that grain. When you have runoff like that, the bow could break. And that right there is exactly why I said that this line is kind of like just a guide. Because once I got to this knot right here, that grain ripped out and I had to go farther. So now I know on this side not to go as far as the line.
Subscribe for more bug.
Gonna do a little sawing and then chisel out the handle. This is the handle, so gotta make it thicker. I'm just gonna kind of freehand it here. Gonna do some large mass removal with this chisel. got this thing into bow shape now. Looks like it's got a good amount of reflex. I'm gonna have to make this limb match this limb. And I'm gonna have to get the propeller twist out of this limb. Well, you can see that this one goes up like this. Twist that over. I decided to go ahead and punch these knots out. Sometimes I'll leave them, but in a case like this, I think it would look better and it would be fine just to punch them out. I'm going to use a 37 grit belt to really take some mass off so I can heat bend this thing a lot easier. Well, that's unfortunate. This super low grip belt is basically a rasp on wheels. Looks like my inners needs to come down on that right limb. Maybe a little bit on the outer on the left, but mostly good. It just needs to come down and wait. So we're really getting somewhere now. We're about to brace height. I'm going to take some wood off of the inner limb of the one on the right and the outer limb of the one on the left towards the recurve, and then I'm going to string it. This bow in particular really speaks to having a good thickness taper when you start tillering, because it came along very quickly. It only took 3 or 4 times on the tillering tree to get it where I needed. It's upside down, but that's 69 pounds at 29.5 inches. It's 64 pounds at 30 inches. That's pretty good for me, which means the bow is probably a lot more accurate than I am. About a 10 grain per pound arrow. It'll sling them. Good group too. Group was like that. True wool is pretty awesome. It really makes it shine, really brings out that orange too. You gotta love it. This bow ended up coming out to be about 65 pounds at 30 inches. What you see me doing here now is putting in my little maker's mark and putting that in the bow. This bow is powerful and can be drawn pretty far, and it holds reflex when unstrung even though you're drawing at 30 inches, which means it's a fairly good bow. Definitely one of the better ones I've made. Now it's pretty much done. Let's take a look at it, then go shoot it. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to support the channel.